Hi artists, it's Mrs. RT, the art teacher from the Angelo School. Today I'm going to show you another one of my favorite artists, that's Keith Haring. So I'm going to read you this book called Keith Haring, The Boy Who Just Kept Drawing. And then we're going to draw together. There was a boy named Keith. When he was little, his father taught him how to draw dogs, fish, and funny things. His dad would draw a line, then Keith would draw one too. Soon the whole page would be full. You can see Keith and his dad are here drawing on the same paper together. From that time on, Keith never stopped drawing. In elementary school, while taking tests, Keith doodled on the edge of his paper. When he handed in his work, his teachers would ask, "Why did you doodle on this important paper?" Keith didn't answer. He went back to his desk and just kept drawing. Sometimes Keith invited his friends to draw in his backyard clubhouse. Keith made symbols and said each one represented a letter of the alphabet. His friends asked, "Why do you use symbols to write?" Keith drew more symbols. It was his way of answering the question. He encouraged his friends to join him. As a teenager, Keith liked to draw in his bedroom with music playing loud. He would draw on every piece of paper he could find. His mother had to yell over the music, "Why can't you turn that music down and go outside to ride your bike?" But Keith had sold his bike to buy art supplies, so he answered, "Look at the cool drawings I did," and he just kept drawing. When Keith was in high school, he won first prize on his art. A successful couple from town offered to buy his drawing. Keith said, "No, thank you. If you enjoy my art, you may hang it on your wall, no charge." Keith's sister was shocked. "Why didn't you take the money?" they asked. Keith shrugged. He just wanted to keep drawing. Keith graduated from high school and went to the big city of Pittsburgh to a school that would teach him about art. There were boys on the street trying something new, breakdancing. He liked the crazy shapes of their bodies as they turned and flipped on the ground. While the music played loud, Keith started drawing wiggly lines. His teachers asked him, "Why are you drawing pictures that look like scrambled bodies? This is not what we told you to draw." Keith knew how to draw. He wanted to draw things in different ways, and he just kept drawing. Keith moved to the huge city, New York, when he was 20, so he could draw with other artists. He started to draw all over the city, on walls, on sidewalks, and on paper that hung on lampposts. His drawings were washed away by the rain or torn down by street cleaners. Other artists asked Keith, "Why do you draw in places where your pictures will be erased?" Keith didn't hear them. He was searching for another wall he could draw on. Keith got a job delivering packages and sometimes rode the subway. One day he saw a panel of black paper on the wall in the station. He rushed outside to buy chalk and came back and began to draw. The white chalk made bright, smooth lines on the black paper. Day after day, Keith filled empty subway panels with art. Soon people rode the subway were looking for the white chalk drawings. No one knew the name of the artist, but his drawings were easy to recognize. People asked him, "Why are you drawing here? And what do your pictures mean?" Keith said, "What do you see? You decide what they mean." Where Keith lived, there was trash on the street, and people didn't always say hello to each other. One day, he was with a friend and cleaned up 20 bags of garbage. in front of a long wall. Then Keith painted square faces with smiles and body shapes dancing upside down. Neighbors liked the drawings and stopped to say thank you. A policeman came by and lectured Keith. "Why did you do this? I have to give you a ticket because you didn't get permission." Keith paid the fine and just kept drawing. Soon people wanted to see more of Keith's drawings. He was asked to display his work in an art gallery. Art was hung from floor to ceiling, and in between he painted the walls. Keith invited everyone to come and enjoy his work. All of Keith's artwork sold. The gallery owner asked him, "What are you going to do with the money?" Keith said, "I read in the newspaper that there are kids who don't have enough to eat. I didn't have this money yesterday, and I was happy. If I don't have it tomorrow, I'll still be happy. All children need to eat. I'll send the money to them." The gallery owner gasped, "Why?" Keith smiled and started to draw again. Now people were inviting Keith to draw in famous museums and exhibit in galleries all over the world. He was proud that he became a successful artist, but wherever he went, Keith insisted he paint a mural so everyone can enjoy the artwork, not just the people who had money to buy it. During a visit to Paris, France, Keith painted on the outside of the children's hospital, 6 stories high. Newspaper reporters came to take pictures and asked, "Why do you paint at the hospital? Do you still think it will make the sick children feel better?" Keith didn't have the time to answer. He had to finish the painting. When the Statue of Liberty was 100 years old, Keith drew an outline of the famous statue on a huge piece of vinyl fabric. Then he asked 900 kids to help him finish his drawing. Keith told them, "Draw anything, whatever you want. No one can say it's bad or good. It's yours." When the giant painting was displayed, people were amazed to see that Keith and the kids had made. But the art critics couldn't understand why a famous artist was drawing with kids. But you know Keith, he just kept drawing. Keith painted all over the world. He would draw on anything, anytime, anywhere. Wherever he went, whatever he did, he would stop. He would not stop. He just kept drawing. Now everyone wanted to know, and all together they shouted, "Why? Why do you draw all the time? Why do you give your artwork away? Why do you draw on buildings, on people, on clothing, on furniture, on subway walls, on cars, on skateboards, on walls that belong to no one, and things that will be thrown away? Why do you draw on everything?" He stopped drawing just for a moment and answered, "I draw all the time because there are many spaces to fill. I give my drawings away to make the world a better place. I draw everywhere because everyone needs art." Then Keith turned back to the street, took a piece of chalk from his pocket, and just kept drawing. This is Keith Haring in front of one of his many drawings on the wall. And these are some more examples of his artwork. So today what we're going to draw is one of Keith Haring's dogs, the DJ dog. So if you have a piece of paper and a pencil, it's great to start with a pencil. I'm going to start with a marker today so that you can see what I am drawing and so that it's easy for you to follow along. So we're going to start on the bottom of our paper. We're going to do the bottom of this table. So So we have one long line going across. Not all the way across because that's the underneath part of the table. And two lines going down. And then on top of the table, for these two pieces, we're going to do two long, thin rectangles that are horizontal on the table. On top of that, we're going to do two ovals. This for the DJ dog is going to be the CDs or albums that the dog is playing. And then to finish the table, we're going to come out from that rectangle, over and then down for the side of the table, a line in the middle to connect it, and then the other side of the table. And some of this can be a little tricky, but you just try your best, and just like Keith, you keep drawing. So now we're going to start on the dog, and you can see a lot of this is just simple outlines. So we're going to come up from that oval, make a line. That's the body under the arms here. We can continue that line under the table so that if the dog was standing behind the table, you'd be able to see the bottom of his body too. And then we're going to do the arm. So for this arm here, we can come out and then down to that oval shape. Just go around, back up, and then back over for the top of the arm. For the arm on the other side, we're going to come up, and it looks a little bit like the letter L. Curve the hand around, and then another L for the top of the arm. Then we're going to continue this line up, back down, up, almost like the letter V for the ears, and then back over. And you can see this dog has his mouth open, so that's the part we're going to do next. We're going to come out in a straight line, down, then almost like the letter V again for the inside of the mouth, back down. We're going to go in, and then a little bit of the neck, a line to connect the mouth and that arm. And at any point, if you need to see part of that again, you can just scroll back in the video and play it again, or pause it if you need to work more on a piece. So then we're going to do another album up here. We're going to do a big circle coming out of the dog's hand with a little circle on the inside. And you can see on all of these artworks, there are these little lines. What do you think those lines are for? They could be lines for motion. All of these people look like they're dancing, so that could be their movement lines. Could also be lines for sound. Look how we have some coming out of the dog's mouth. So that's what we're going to do now. So we'll do some for sound coming out of the dog's mouth. We can do ones for sound on the albums. And then we can also do some for movement around where the arms would be moving. And then since this is the DJ dog, we have the letters DJ up at the top corner. So a lot of Keith Haring's work that we saw in the book and a couple pieces that you can see right here, they have these bold black outlines, and then he chooses bold or bright colors to make his picture. So you can choose, you can see this one has a red background, the dog is yellow, and then the table is blue, but you can use your own creativity now. Just keep drawing, just like Keith, and you can color in your picture. Have a good day.